Welcome back to the channel. And today we're doing something a little different. We are doing our podcast. I'm here with Coda Bear.
Hello.
In honor of X-Men 97 ending yesterday, we are going to be doing an X-Men 97 podcast where we'll be answering a few questions about how we feel about X-Men 97 and giving our opinions about X-Men 97. X-Men 97 ended yesterday, which was May 16th of 2024. Spoiler alert, it left on a cliffhanger. I don't know how I feel about that.
Sad.
Sad. Just big sad. And I'm not a big fan of cliffhangers, especially since we're probably gonna have to wait a year for the next season.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So we're gonna get into the questions. Okay, question number 1. Did the show meet your expectations? Question mark. What would you have liked to see more?
I thought it did meet my expectations. I just thought that I wish the fighting sequences were longer because they were kind of lame.
They kind of remind me of the high school fights. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like in the bathroom where they get really good for 3 seconds and then all of a sudden it was done.
Yeah, especially the first episode, the first fighting sequence.
What was that one?
Oh my god.
I literally, honestly, the first episode, I only remember them playing basketball.
I remember that too because, but no, because remember the scene where Wolverine and Gambit were, and Gambit powered up his what's they're called, his claws.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I vividly
and then
remember
Storm
that.
kind of
Oh yeah,
came in last minute.
Oh yeah, because Sunspot was stuck. What's his face? Sunspot was stuck in that facility where those humans hated mutants in the beginning. Like in the very
was
beginning.
he in a facility?
Well, he wasn't really in a facility. It was more like a warehouse of some description.
Yeah, that was yeah.
That was one of the fight scenes, yeah.
Yeah, that one was okay. But I meant the end of the episode.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
That one was kind of lame.
That one was kind of lame. I don't know.
I was like, that's it, really?
Gambit Wolverine duo was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. For you guys don't know, I'm a Gambit lover.
Extreme. She cried for 5 days straight about Gambit dying. Spoiler alert. And then the best part is that she cried for 5 days, and then there was a new episode every week, and the next episode was not his funeral. So she cried even more about that, and then she cried for another 5 days, and then the next episode came out, and it was his actual funeral, and then she bawled her eyes out. So
no, I didn't cry. I almost did, though. I was screaming at you for the tissues.
She was
checking out Kurt because he had his pastor outfits on.
Everybody loves a good boy in his faith. Okay, let me tell you, everybody loves a good boy in their faith.
I guess.
What would you like to have seen more of?
I think Gambit.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
I would like to see more of Gambit. Not gonna lie, but probably not gonna get that. There's hints of him coming back in season 2, but he's not gonna last very long. Sadly.
That heavy sigh was real.
I was trying to breathe.
Yeah, right.
No.
It met my expectations, but at the same time, there's some things that I would have changed a lot of, especially the drama.
Why would you change the drama? It's drama.
I liked the drama, but some of it was middle school drama, and I was kind of girl.
Well, these are people who never been to middle school, so they had to catch up on the drama.
They had to grow up a little bit, but still have drama with them.
Yeah.
The whole, no offense, the whole Scotty and Jean drama took 5 episodes. 5 episodes of what? That's your son. I'm sorry. And that is a clone of you. I'm sorry.
Well, my thing is, Jean wants to get all butthurt saying that Scott and Madeline were together, but Madeline is a clone of you, so you should be lucky that when you were down, he wasn't with another woman. He still stayed with you, in a sense.
It was weird. It was weird because she was like, "You're cheating on me with me." I'm like, "Girl, wait, hold on," because like they were doing that like whole mind speaking thing, and
Yeah,
she was
because like they were cuddling, and then Madeline was like checking up on Scott, and then Jean was like, What'd you say? She was like, mind your business or something like that.
Oh yeah, she was like,
do you mind?
Are you serious, Scott? I totally hear her saying that. Like, are you serious right now?
And then, in my opinion, I think we should have seen more of Goblin Queen.
Oh my god, like, can we talk about that? Can we talk about that?
Hot.
Bro, the black lipstick.
She was sassy. She was like, who am I? Say my name, Scott.
She
like,
had that
girl,
boy on his
I'll
knees.
say your name.
She had that boy on his knees for real. Like, for real, for real.
I don't blame him. I would be on my knees for real, too.
Oh. Okay, next question. We're getting off track. What is a part that made you sad, and what is a part that made you mad?
Sad was Gambit dying, obviously. I'm gonna be that person. And then the scene that made me most upset was when Rogue was going all rogue and everything.
Oh, dropping that dude off the building?
Yeah, dropping off the dude off the building and then screaming, my man, referring to Gambit. No, the thing is, that's not your man. You left him for Magneto. And before Gambit died, they had their little conversation before they went off and did that whole party. And he was like, you didn't want a relationship. He said, you didn't want a relationship. I respected that. He played the swamp rat, and he didn't like that, but he respected her wishes. So they weren't even together to begin with. She was just basically playing with his feelings, and he still just let it because he loved her. And he was like, we'll stay friends. I will wait for you. And then she wants to kiss all up on Magneto right in front of him.
That was the thing. Like, it was like, she wasn't even trying to hide it. She was like literally making out with Magneto. Which, I mean, we all found out in the episode after that why she was messing with Magneto.
I don't blame her. That Speedo with...
Oh, Lord have mercy. We were barking. Let me just tell you, we were barking.
But, like, she just got all upset and played with his feelings. And then when he died, she was like, oh my god, my man. No, that's not your man, honey. Mm-mm. You have Magneto.
She's just upset. She lost, like, a really good friend, too.
Well, that's not my fault. Anyways, what about you?
I think a part that made me really sad was when Kurt and Rogue were having that moment. That made me really sad because, like, she was really upset. As much as you diss her right now, that moment was really nice, but also really sad at the same time. What made me mad was, this is going to surprise you, when I think it was Jean, when Jean randomly kissed Wolverine. That was so upsetting to me because I think the only reason why it made me so mad because I was like, didn't we just have this conversation about how you love Scott and that you're like married to him and all this stuff, and then you're gonna turn around and make out with Wolverine? And I think it's so funny because there's subtle hints throughout the entire series of Logan and Jean having moments where they say each other's names, which is super weird. And then, of course, in the last episode, if you guys saw, when Wolverine was down, Morph turned into Jean to talk to him and was like, stay with me, Logan. I love you, Logan. Morph is a real one for that one. Honestly, Morph was the realest character out of the entire show. Oh my god. Rogue and Magneto sure do be getting some trainings in. Rogue's really working on her stamina.
Don't say that.
Don't say it like that. Question is Magneto a good guy? This is going to be a controversial question.
I think he's a good guy. He just took his intentions a little too far.
Okay.
But I do think he is a good guy. He meant well.
Okay.
I just think he's a little impatient, unlike Professor X, and he wanted everything to be done ASAP, while Professor X was like, give them time. Give the humans time. They will come around.
I definitely think Magneto is definitely an anti-hero. Well, like, he's not a good guy, but he's not a bad guy. He's not. Just because you're a bad guy does not make you bad guy, you know? Because, like, he had to fill these really big shoes of literally leading the X-Men. After being a bad guy for a really long time, Professor X was just like, hey, you're gonna fill these shoes. And he's like, excuse me? Pardon? That is not what I meant to do. And so he really tried, and then, like, when it all failed, he was kind of like, well, it's actually their fault. It failed, which is not wrong, but, like, at the same time, you can't really kill everybody because you're mad.
I mean, kudos for him near like the beginning of the season of like him having to go through that trial. And then at the end of someone losing her powers, kudos for him not killing those judges.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was about to, and I think he thought of Professor X and was like, okay, what will he do? What if I do this, what will the X-Men become? And I think he took it a really good oh gosh, he just did really good with that. And of course he started losing it slowly, but he didn't. I don't know,
There's just something about in the ending episodes. Well, actually, I mean, it was kind of just the last episode where they showed young Magneto. That hit real deep.
he couldn't remember his parents' faces.
That made me so sad. I was like, oh my god, it was so sad. But young Magneto, though.
I mean, they made Magneto look good in that whole season.
I know. I love how they made Magneto with the long white hair, the very classic type. Because, I mean, you look at the movies now, like the current movies like Dark Apocalypse and Phoenix, and Magneto don't look like that. Magneto, but that's the younger when they're all like teenagers and stuff, which is crazy because they still have that annoying Jean vibe to her. And every single thing that they make, Jean is still annoying to me. I'm so sorry, guys, but her being like, I have the power of the Phoenix. I don't have the power of the Phoenix. I have the power of the Phoenix. I don't have the power of the Phoenix. Scott. And I'm like, bro.
Yeah, I've never liked Jean to begin with, and obviously during this season, it didn't help at all. She was still hella annoying. There was times where I'm just like, can you shut your mouth and let other people speak?
Oh my gosh. Which is a great segue into our last question, which was your least favorite character and why. Jean is my least favorite character. All the way. Because she's supposed to be this strong woman. And they always make her super, like, emotionally fragile. I'm like, come on, guys.
I mean, I understand, like, at the beginning of when she, like, got her powers and everything. Yeah, she should be fragile, but
she's older now.
She's older now, much older. She has basically a kid. She has a husband.
Basically a kid.
Basically. They called him son at the end of everything.
Oh, yeah, the departure part was pretty sad. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That was sad at the diner. But, yeah, she's just hella annoying, and I feel like she should have grown up a lot, but at first it was Jean, but I thought about it. My least favorite is Professor X.
Which is a good one because, like, he literally left the X-Men to go to an alien queen.
So, yeah, so he, like, died. That's what it was playing off to be. And then all of a sudden, he's not dead. He's getting this alien chick and all that. So, I don't know, he just played it off. Like, he was like, yeah, I'll stay here for a little bit, yada, yada, yada. I'm helping my wife, quote unquote, with her planet, which made no sense. But he knew, like, he needed his X-Men, the X-Men needed him. And then the only reason why he came back was because he had the vision of Gambit dying. And then all of a sudden he's coming back, and then he just comes back ready than ever and like using all his powers to fix everything because he's that strong.
That's my thing, is that like he comes back, the X-Men mansion is completely in ruin, which it always is. Never fails for that mansion to blow up every 3 years. And he comes back and he's like, my X-Men. I'm like, your X-Men?
Not your X-Men.
Where have you been? the past couple of years. Well, the thing is that the humans were like, oh my god, Professor X is not dead. The X-Men were lying. Actually, no, the X-Men had no idea where he was. They actually thought he was dead too, guys. So, like, for him to frame them without actually knowing that he framed them, I was kind of like, it's kind of sucky you did that.
Yeah, he just made the X-Men look worse than they already do because of what's been going on lately. So, yeah, my least favorite is Professor X.
That's a good answer. Well, at the end, it was kind of crazy. His whole like telekinesis power and everything, and how he made, well, not really made Magneto fix everything, but more like kind of shocked him into being like, hey, you need to like save us or Earth and everybody else is gonna die, by the way.
Well, my thing is, like, he basically saved everybody with his telekinesis, but with the end of the last episode, I'm wondering if now is Magneto gonna stay a good guy because of what Xavier did, or is he just gonna reverse and just go back to OG Magneto? That's what I want to know.
I mean,
because obviously, from what we saw, they all have to come together and try and figure out how to get back to Earth.
Yeah, if you guys didn't see, in the last episode, when they're on this giant ship / asteroid, because it's like a ship, but it's also like an asteroid at the same time, Magneto does his thing, and everybody disperses across different time periods. So, like, Rogue, Kurt, Beast, Magneto, and Xavier are all stuck in a BC era, and then, like, Jean and Scott are stuck in an AD era. Like, I mean, but then you see, like, other mutants. We saw the Egyptian guy. There's an Egyptian guy at the end that we were kind of like, huh.
You look pretty nice, not gonna lie.
Huh. Overall, the show is, I give it like an 8 out of 10. Definitely pulled on my heartstrings. I think my favorite part was low-key when Rogue jumped that guy off the building. Because Kurt's like, what have you done? And she's like, that dude killed Remy. I'm like, I mean, not really, but the fact that you had the cojones to drop him off the building is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, because the X-Men are known for killing people. And then she's like, I'm gonna drop him off the building. I'm like, you know, you were thinking everything that we were thinking, drop him off the building.
Yeah, but she should have known better, because, like,
yes.
The thing is, if it didn't turn how it did turn, and, like, humans were around and they saw that, obviously the X-Men would lose their
they already
their image.
They had already lost their image.
I know, but it would be so much worse.
My thing is, we have the OG X-Men right now. We have Wolverine, we have Morph, Beast, Rogue, Kurt Wagner, and Scotty. You know, what about the others? Like, we're missing some pretty hardcore people. Not to mention Mystique. We're missing Mystique. I'm like, man, she's a pretty OG X-Men if I do say so myself. But, like, the fact that Bishop is there, I'm like, how the heck is Bishop here but, like, not Mystique? That's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope in the next season, if there is going to be a next season, hopefully, that we'll see more of the other X-Men, because I liked how there was, like, hints of, like, everybody else. Like, at the end of the episode, you see the billboard of, like, the missing X-Men, like, deceased or off the world, because you saw a little bit of Scarlet Witch, and it said she was off-world, and I want to know where she at, if she's coming, but that's also because I like her.
That's her woman.
That is my woman, because you got Scarlet Witch and then Rogue is number 2. But anyways,
I would like to know where Colossus is at. I love Colossus. Colossus is so funny to me. He's just this big man, and like he's just trying to be very fatherly, but it's funny all at the same time. Mm-hmm. You eat protein bar, good for you.
Yeah, I would like to see more of the X-Men, and especially like in the intro with the X-Men and then Magneto's side. You see the other villains. I want to see more of that, because like you see Sabretooth, but that's because Morph turned into him trying to cheer up Logan.
Oh yeah, I love the hints that they kind of give between Wolverine and Morph. I'm kind of like,
it's a little fruity.
It is a little fruity.
I like it.
I mean, especially we can't forget the iconic shower scene where Morph thinks that Wolverine's in the shower and he's like, all right,
let me help you out, big boy.
Oh,
I appreciate that because, like, it's Disney, so Disney's gonna, like, keep it low-key or not even mention about it.
Kind of keep it, like, in the DL.
And then, obviously, we all know Marvel Comics. Everyone's with everybody.
Yeah.
And I like how there was a little bit of Morph and Wolverine, but I also like their friendship because I watched the other X-Men, the OG one.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a lot of Morph and Wolverine until Morph passed.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting Morph to die. I was actually expecting a lot more characters to die. I mean, low-key, we left off on a cliffhanger the second to last episode where we thought that Jean was dead and who else did we think was dead? Because, well, Jean, we thought she got vaporized by her own son.
I thought either Morph or Beast or both of them was gonna die.
Oh, yeah, because they got captured by the vampire-looking dude. That guy was funny.
I liked him.
What do I look like? The same to me. But yeah, that is pretty much, we hit the highlights of X-Men 97. We're just waiting for the second season to come out or to be announced, honestly. We are attending GalaxyCon in July. So I'm hoping that more X-Men stuff will come out, maybe some voice actors. There's 2 more slots left, and it is May 16th, so we'll have some time, but how crazy would that be if 2 X-Men voice actors just showed up to GalaxyCon?
It's already bad enough that I have to save up money because the OG Scream people are coming.
Oh, dude.
So I do hope that some X-Men will come, but then again, for my bank account, I hope not, at least for this year.
I'm already excited because Matthew Willard is showing up.
Shaggy!
Well, I know him as Shaggy, but newer kids know him as Springtrap or Springlock. Other people know him from Scream, but I know him as Shaggy. OG Shaggy.
The OG.
OG Shaggy. Also, can we get appreciation for our audience back here? We have Rogue, Gambit, and Kurt Wagner joining us today. They're a little shy. We also have more X-Men Funko Pops. We have Scotty, Jean. Doctor Strange is not part of the X-Men. I almost said Doctor Strange.
Yeah. I might have her, but I forgot her name right now.
I forgot her name too.
She's Scarlet Witch's sister, though.
Oh yeah, red and green like Christmas, like Christmas. But if you guys enjoyed this video and want more podcasts, please let us know. We have several ideas of what we could rant about and be pretty devilish about, because we do love us some fictional characters. But do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you'd like. But yeah, that was our first X-Men podcast. Stay tuned for more. Bye, guys!